What is information? What is content? It is information. Content. The array of elements that make up a piece of communication or information. It includes text, images, sounds, videos, or any other piece of data designed to convey a message or information. Information. The data or facts about something that is understandable and meaningful to individuals. It's raw, unprocessed facts about events, figures, or concepts that need interpretation to become useful. Information can be defined as knowledge. Information is the initial building piece to knowledge, and once one acquires knowledge, only then can you implement and transform it into wisdom, and eventually, gnosis. Knowledge. The understanding and awareness gained through the collection and interpretation of information. It's information that's been processed by the brain and is now understood, contextualized, and useful for making decisions. Wisdom. The judicious application of knowledge gained from a deep understanding of one's experiences and accumulated knowledge. It's about knowing when, how, and why to apply the knowledge you have in practical situations. Gnosis. This is a term derived from the Greek word gnosis, meaning knowledge, or understanding. Gnosis is not just factual or theoretical knowledge. It is more about inner understanding. Some would call it wisdom, but it's above wisdom. How this works. Information becomes knowledge when learned. When knowledge is implemented through action and understanding, it becomes wisdom. When wisdom is integrated and understood, it becomes gnosis. Gnosis is the final stage of what you took in, the information, once it has become embodied. Information is a multifaceted concept. The term multifaceted is an adjective used to describe something or someone with many aspects, features, or elements. It often refers to complex things or individuals with diverse talents, abilities, or characteristics. Etymology. The word multifaceted originates from two parts, multi and faceted. Multi is a prefix derived from Latin, meaning many or much. It's used in English to indicate a large number or variety. Faceted comes from the French word facette, which in turn is derived from the Latin facies, meaning face or form. In a literal sense, faceted refers to having several faces or surfaces, like a gem. Therefore, multifaceted literally means having many faces or aspects, and it's been used metaphorically to describe complex entities with multiple dimensions or characteristics. Abstraction of information. Information can take on different forms depending on the context and method of abstraction. When a piece of information or data is by itself and no interpretation has been made yet, it is called raw data. Just as raw materials are used when building or cooking something, raw data is a piece in its unrefined form and has yet to be combined to produce finished value. Information and data are interesting when you think of them like puzzle pieces. Consider every piece of information and data as a puzzle piece, except the puzzle can be built in hundreds of millions of different ways. Imagine for a minute every piece of data and information you have ever learned or come to know sitting on the floor in front of you. How would you put it together? Would you assemble it the same way as another if they were sitting on the floor but on the other side of all the pieces? Data and information can be interpreted in many ways, and there are many methods to extract value from them. Information is an asset, period. Information is the building block of everything in life, literally everything. It is valuable, more valuable than dollars or minutes. Unlike other resources in the game of life, it is powerful and can yield power and restrict it. How an individual assembles pieces of information can make them a billionaire or help them gain control of an entire industry. Ultimately, everything of value that is built into the world begins with information. The digital world is run on information and data. That's it. Understanding what information is, its value, and that one must treat it as a viable asset that can be harnessed, is imperative for individual success going forward in the new world. Now that you understand the profound value of information and data, reflect on your own path through information. Look around you. Information is everywhere, but it's up to you to engage with it meaningfully. Start seeing the world as an endless puzzle, where each piece of information is a part of a larger picture you're putting together. Transform that information into knowledge. Use that knowledge wisely. And perhaps, one day, you'll achieve a level of overstanding that transcends the ordinary, your own personal gnosis. Remember, the world is evolving rapidly, and only those who value and utilize information effectively will thrive. The information era. As we enter the information-rich environment of today's digital age, we encounter endless data and facts. The distinction between mere facts and true knowledge becomes crucial. Knowledge is not just an accumulation of data, but a profound understanding and wisdom acquired through life experiences and thoughtful reflection. Facts versus not facts. Overstanding the information. We encounter facts. These are the raw, unprocessed data points and figures we encounter daily. Facts are the bedrock of information, objective, measurable, and verifiable. While crucial, they lack depth and context on their own. They are the essential ingredients that need further processing to become meaningful insights. Not facts. Be wary of how others have strung together facts online. These are often ideologies, opinions, and perceptions. They are interpretations and narratives built from facts, but they carry the biases, contexts, and purposes of those who form them. Unlike pure facts, these interpretations are subjective and meant to persuade, influence, or inform from a particular perspective. It's essential to differentiate between the raw data, facts, and the various ways it is used or manipulated, not facts, to truly understand and wisely navigate the information we encounter. By recognizing this distinction, we empower ourselves to critically analyze and engage with the world of information, discerning the raw data from the myriad interpretations and narratives spun from it. Caution. An over-reliance on facts can lead us down the path of logical fallacies and biases. Facts, while crucial, can be twisted or misinterpreted to serve specific narratives or agendas. By nurturing our knowledge base, drawing from our own experiences, and employing our common sense, we become more astute and discerning in our interaction with information.